Welcome back students to the class of Pricing and Product Decisions. This is Dr. Shweta Srivastav, Associate Professor, School of Management, BPD University. So students, we ended our previous lecture with advantages of activity-based costing. So we all have understood that because of technology percolation, because of customization, and because of increase in the services and the service component, the activity-based costing is more relevant, more realistic in the apportionment of the production overheads. So that is what we have studied till now. So see, it is always said that there is always the other side of the coin. So let us understand the disadvantages associated with activity-based costing. The major disadvantage is that the process is little bit expensive, right? Expensive and complex to understand. Because in traditional concept, we were applying a same production overhead absorption rate for all the production overheads, right? But in case of activity-based costing, we have multiple cost drivers. So sometimes it becomes difficult to understand what type of cost driver is used in the apportionment. Likewise, we have different cost pools also. So it becomes a costly, you can say a complex process to understand. Moreover, since we are actually the concept of activity-based costing relies on the multiplicity of cost driver. The philosophy is that you cannot apportion since the nature of cost is different. So we are actually using different cost drivers depending upon the nature or the consumption. That is what activity-based costing says. So sometimes it becomes difficult to find out which cost driver is most appropriate. Lastly, in bigger organizations, in conglomerates, or in, you can say, larger manufacturing concerns, we have multiple activities and we have different activities. But when it comes to small scale organizations or the organizations which are only catering to the domestic, you can say the local needs, they don't need such kind of systems. And it is very difficult to implement those systems in smaller organizations, right? So these are the very few disadvantages associated with activity-based costing. Otherwise, it is very useful for apportionment of the production overheads. So while discussing with you the cost drivers, I told you that cost drivers are the items which change the consumption or the consumption of a particular activity. What can bring change in the usage of that activity is basically your cost driver. So we have two types of cost driver. One is resource cost driver and another is activity cost driver. When I say resource cost driver, it is the measure of the quantity of resources consumed by an activity. It means if you are consuming 10 kgs of certain production overhead, that will be a resource driver, right? Next is activity cost driver. Here in the resource cost driver, we were concentrating on the quantity of resource. But in case of activity cost driver, we are depending upon the frequency of usage, right? The frequency or the number of times that particular activity or the particular, you can say, facility services used. So activity cost driver shows the intensity of the demand placed on such activities, right? So resource cost driver decides the quantity of the resource, and activity cost driver decides the frequency of the you can say activity, right? So let us understand the concept of activity based costing with the help of an example, right? See students, I have already written the numerical on the board. So now first of all, let us understand what the numerical says, and then we'll understand how this activity based costing is applied, right? So in the organization we have 4 types of products which are identical, right? So we have 4 types of products, A, B, C and D, and the output in units is 120 units, 100 units, 80 units and 120 units, right? Now this is the cost consumption. So when it comes to A, the direct material consumed by A is $40 per unit. Understand, here we have expressed everything in you can say monetary terms. So direct material used for A is $40 per unit. Likewise for B it is $50 per unit, for C it is $30 per unit, for D it is $60 per unit. Now coming to direct labor, it is $28 per unit, for B it is $21 per unit, for C $14, for D $21. Now let us understand machine hours consumed per unit, right? So A consumes 4 machine hours in the production of 1 unit. Similarly, B consumes 3 machine hours in the production of 1 unit. C consumes 2 machine hours and D consumes 3 machine hours, right? So they are produced in the production runs of 20 units each. It means if we have to produce 120 units, these 120 units are produced in a batch of 2020, right? So the production runs are calculated likewise, right? So which we will be going to discuss afterwards. So these units are produced in the production runs of 20 units and sold in batches of 10 units, right? So one production run produces 20 units of A, then 20 units of B, then again the production run takes place, then 20 units of C, then 20 units D. So likewise the process goes on, right? So let us understand what are the production overheads associated with the production of A, B, C, D. We have machine department cost amounting to $10,430. Setup cost amounting to $5,250. Stores receiving $3,600. Inspection and quality control $2,100, and material handling and dispatch $4,620. So the total production overheads come out to be $26,000, right? So now let us understand what other things are, what conditions are given in the question, right? So number of requisition raised on the stores is equal to 20 for each product. It means A has put requisition of 20, B 20, C 20, D 20. So in total we have 80 requisitions on store, right? Similarly, the next condition is number of orders executed 42, like material handling and dispatch. Number of orders executed 42, each order in the lot size of 10, right? There are 42 dispatch orders, but one order has only 10 units. See, these conditions we have to remember while calculating the overhead absorption rate, right? So if you look at the question carefully, so these are nothing. If we look at the activity based costing, once we are in the process of implementing ABC, we have to identify the cost pools. These are the cost pools, or I mean to say activities, right? So this is one pool, this is cost pool, and now we have to find out the cost driver, right? So as I told you, we have to identify the behavior of cost. Now machine department cost should be dependent on what? Machine hours. Which changes the consumption of this cost? The how many hours the machine is run. So that is machine hours. Now setup cost and inspection and quality control, they are dependent on the number of production runs. The more number of runs, the more will be the setup cost, because every time you have to change the setup. So number of production runs is directly proportional to number of setups or quality control and inspection. See, this thing we have already discussed in the hierarchy of activities, right? So setup cost and inspection and quality control cost have the same cost driver, that is production run. Now coming to stores receiving. So stores receiving depends on the number of requisitions raised on the stores department. So the cost driver is number of requisitions. Now coming to material handling and dispatch. It means how many orders were executed under material handling and dispatch department. Right? So this is about the question. I hope the question is clear to you. Now let us move to the solution. Right? Now we have to find out the overhead absorption rate. Now we will start with machine department cost, that is 10430. Now let us understand. See how many hours are consumed by machine product A, B, C and D. Now look here. See, each unit of product A requires how many machine hours? 4. Right? So in total what do we have? How many machine hours required by A? For A, machine hours required by 4 into 120. Right? For B it is 3 into 100. For C it is 2 into 80. For D it is 3 into 120. Right? Is that clear? So this is how we calculate the number of machine hours. Right? So next, so this cost driver we have taken care of, right? So next is setup cost that depends on the number of production runs. Now, if you look at the question, it is given that they depend on the production run, and one production run produces how many units? 20 units, right? So see, these machine hours will come out to be total as 3600, right? So the cost driver for machine department will be 3600 hours. We'll do the further calculations once we understand the question carefully, right? So here we are producing 120 units, but in one lot how many units we are producing? 20 units. So how many runs are required? So 120 divided by 20, because in every production run we are producing only 20 units. So in a way, how many runs do we have? We have 6 runs for product A, right? So likewise for product B, we have 100 divided by 20, so we have 5. Again divided by 20, we have 4. Again divided by 20, we have 6. Right? So how many number of production runs do we have? 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 6. That comes out to be 21. Right? So total machine hours are 3600. Number of production runs are 21. Right? So now let us calculate the cost driver for stores and receiving. The cost driver is number of requisitions raised. Right? So the number of requisitions raised are 20 for each department. Right? It is given here in the question, it is 20 for each department. So how many orders? There should be 80, which I have already written here. Now lastly, we have material handling cost per order. So that depends on the number of orders executed. So total number of orders were 42. This is already given in the question. So I am writing here as 42. I think students, till now all of you are clear what we are trying to do. We are trying to find out the cost driver, right? So now let us move ahead. Now let us find out the overhead absorption rate. So I am wiping out from here. Right. So first of all, we find out the machine hour rate, right? So machine hour rate is total machine hours 10,430 divided by how many machine hours we have calculated? 1300. So the overhead rate comes out to be as $8.02, right? This is your first overhead, right? Now we have a number of production runs we have already calculated, that is 21, right? So we have two heads which are dependent on production runs. One is setup cost, another is quality control and inspection. So we will club together, right? So in total we have 3250 plus 2100, that comes out as 5350, right? So how many production runs do we have? 5350 divided by 20, sorry, this. So setup costs are, sorry, 5250, not 3250. So, and inspection and quality control 2100. So we have divided by 21. So this is 7350. So the result came out as $350. So the one absorption rate is $8.02 per unit, sorry, per machine hour, and here we have per production run, right? So we have found out two quantities, one is $8.02 and $350. Now let us move ahead to the other cost drivers. So the next cost driver is number of stores, right? So total cost of stores was $3,600, and how many orders were there? 80, right? So the cost of one order came out as $45 per order, right? Now lastly we have material handling and dispatch department. So for that the total cost was $4620, and how many orders were placed on the store? In total they were 42. So that came out as $110, right? So students, I'll be calculating the total cost of product A and product B. Product C and D can be calculated in the same way, right? So once we are through with the calculation of per unit cost or the total production cost of A and B, we'll do a comparative analysis with a traditional costing system, right? So let us move ahead with the proper solution. How the total cost of a product is calculated under ABC. So now, till now we have found out the cost drivers and the applicable rate, right? So let us find out cost for product A, right? So I am writing product A, okay, product A. So what at all we have to consider? We have to consider the cost of direct material. We have to take into consideration the cost of direct labor. Then all the production overheads which we have discussed right now, that is number of machine production or machine overhead, then setup cost, quality control and inspection, then stores cost, and lastly material handling and dispatch cost. When these all costs are clubbed together, or when we conduct an arithmetic sum, we will find the total production cost of product A. Then we'll divide by the number of units and we'll get the per unit cost, right? So let us understand. So direct material, this I am calculating for product A, direct material. So direct material was $40 per unit. So how many units we were producing of product A? That was 120. So we have 120 into 40, right? So the figure come out as, I am writing here in the dollars, 4800. Now direct labor, right? So again we have how many units we are producing? 120 units. How many labor per dollar per unit are used? 28. right? So the figure came out as 3360, right? So this is our prime cost amounting to 8160. These all figures are in dollar that I have written over here, right? So this is your prime cost. Now let us add all the production overheads so that we can come out for the total production cost, right? So the first was machine department. So again from here we are writing the production overheads. We are writing here production overheads. So first overhead was of machine department, right? So the rate was $8.02. How many units we were producing? 120. And how many machine hours were needed for producing 1 unit? That is 4. Right? So the quantity is 3851. Right? See here the absorption rate which we have calculated by dividing it the total machine hours used in the production of A, B, C and D. So by that we have found out that the rate is $8.02 per machine hour. So these are the total units of unit A, product A, and the number of machine hours required in the production of 1 unit of A. So when we multiply we get the figure 3851, right? So the next production overhead is setup cost and quality control and quality and maintenance cost, right? See, since these costs are dependent on the one factor, that is number of production runs, so we are taking it as together, right? So how many production runs we have calculated? 6 production runs were needed because we are producing what? 120 units in a lot of 20. So how many production runs were needed by product A? 6, right? And the you can say overhead consumed by product A will be 6 into 350. This rate we have already calculated previously, right? So setup cost, setup and quality I am writing here. This will be 350 into 6. That will come out as 2100, right? So next is you can say stores. It is stores and stores receiving, right? Stores receiving we have calculated the overhead absorption rate was 45 because in total how many requisitions do we have? 80, right? 20 for each. So again the overhead rate is consumption rate is 45 and how many orders? 20. So this will come out as 900 for each, like A, B, C, D, all of them will have the same stores receiving overhead because the quantity is same, the orders are same. Lastly, we have material handling and dispatch. It has said that the orders were dispatched in a lot of 10. So how many units do we have? We have 120 units of A. So how many orders are required? 12. Right? Because it is ordered in a lot of 10. So how many orders should be dispatched? Orders should be processed 12 orders, right? So it will be 12 into the total rate was 110, which we have calculated earlier, and the amount came out as 1320, right? So the total cost will be the addition of all these costs, and this came out as $16,331, $16,331. So students, $16,331 will be the cost of production for product A on the basis of activity based costing. Now what will be the per unit cost? We are producing how many units? 120 units. So that will be divided by 16331 divided by 120, and the price cost came out as $136.09, right? So this is the costing as per the activity based costing, right? So likewise you can calculate for product B also. So let us move to the product B, right? So after calculating for product A and B, I'll conduct a simple traditional comparison of traditional costing system with ABC, right? So let us do for product B. We'll have the same heads here. So we'll start with the direct material. Direct material will be same like we have for product B. How many units we are producing? 100 units, right? So the direct material will be 100 multiplied by 50, right? So that comes out to be 5,000. Again the figures will be in dollars. Then again we have direct labor, right? So how many units we are producing? 100. How many labor hours are labor cost is? 21. So we have 2,100. Adding together we'll get the prime cost. That is 001 and 7,100 will be your prime cost. Now we'll be adding production overheads. So again we'll start with the machine department. So students, by now you are clear with the what is the rate? $8.02, right? How many units? 100. How many hours are needed by product B? 3 hours. So the figure came out as 2407. This is again in dollars. Then we have setup and quality, right? Setup and quality. Now we have to understand how many production runs. Here we are producing in the lot of 20. So 100 divided by 20. So how many production runs? 5 production runs. So the rate is 350. How many production runs? 5. So the answer came as 1750. Right? We are you are following the same process which we did for product A. Right? Then coming out to for stores. Stores, again how many orders? 20. I told you that it is given in the question that we have 20 orders for every product. So 20 multiplied by rate, that is again 900. Lastly we have material handling and dispatch, right? So material handling and dispatch, the cost was per unit cost was came out as 110. Now we have to find out how many orders. Production runs were in the lot of 20, but order dispatched were in the lot of 10. So how many orders? 10, right? So here we will be multiplying by 10. That will be 1,100, and the total came out as 13257, right? So per unit cost will be 13257 divided by 100, that is $132.57. So students, I think you are clear how the cost is calculated on the basis of activity based costing. You have to remember that we are not apportioning the overheads on the basis of one basis, right? So we are using, you have seen that we are using 4 cost drivers depending upon the behavior of cost. What changes the cost, right? So students, you can take this as an assignment to calculate the cost of product C and product D, right? So now let us understand the what things you have to keep in mind while implementing ABC. See, while implementing ABC, we have to understand that we have multiple cost drivers. We have different cost pools because they are shared resources. Cost pools like setup cost, like material handling, like quality. So these cost pools we have studied in the question, right? And these activities can cross traditional boundaries of the organizational structure. So students, this is all for today. In the next lecture, we will conduct the comparative analysis of traditional costing and activity based costing, and we will move to the next costing system, that is marginal costing. So students, thank you. Please complete for product C and cost calculation for product C and product D. Thank you very much.